Hello, learners. Today, we are going to discuss a fundamental topic which is crucial in our day to day life, that is, data processing. You think of any modern day activity, and you will find data processing at the heart of every decision making process. So, in this session, we will discuss how raw data is collected and cleaned and transformed into a meaningful form called information, and how it is analyzed and how it is stored. We shall also discuss about the techniques, the methods, the technologies, the tools, and we shall discuss about the current trends and the future trends. So, by the end of this session, you will be having a sound understanding of the various important concepts related to data processing and also a grasp of the understanding about its importance on the business, on technology, and even society. So, let us start. Data by itself is of no value, raw data, as far as some meaning is concerned. It is not that meaningful to the user. So, what happens when this data, which is collected, and this data is transformed using various methods and techniques into a form so that it becomes more meaningful for the users, and then this transformed form, when it becomes meaningful, it becomes information. Various types of analysis is done and meaningful conclusions are drawn. So, essentially, this data processing refers to techniques and methods which are applied to raw data in order to make it meaningful and usable for the purpose of analysis, and based on the result of this analysis, it helps us in informed decision making. Why it is important? As I said, that you think of any modern day activities. Say, for example, in business situation, various decisions are taken. These decisions are very important. Why? Because if these decisions are not timely, it will definitely adversely affect the businesses. So, it helps the organization in making right decision, informed decision at the right time, in the right direction. Another importance is efficiency. It automates the repetitive tasks and thereby it reduces the manual workload. Another important aspect is accuracy. Data processing ensures consistency as well as correctness of data. If we have consistent and correct data, and if it is processed and it is a meaningful information, certainly the decision making would be right. This Data processing, as we said, we find its application in almost every walk of life, especially this modern day life. Say, for example, in finance, we find its role. In healthcare, we find its application. In retail industries, we find its application. In marketing, we find its application. And even in our day to day personal life, we make decisions. And in order to take decisions, we need to have a lot of data. That data is, processed inside our mind, and based on the result, we take decisions. So, in case of finance, it is used in analyzing market trends, for detecting frauds, for managing risk, and many more. In the same way, in healthcare industry, it is very important to manage the details of patient, the data of patient. Efficient management of patient data is crucial. Disease prediction is another important aspect. Various forms of tests are done, and those tests are analyzed, and that helps in making diagnosis, and after diagnosing, in treatment of patient. Medical imaging analysis is another important aspect for healthcare industry. In retail industry, inventory management plays a very important role. Why? Because there are various types of inventory. Inventory of raw materials and goods, inventory of semi-finished goods, inventory of finished goods, right? So, this inventory itself becomes very costly to handle. So, in order to minimize this cost associated with maintaining inventory, if we have proper data available, proper information available, say for example for different types of suppliers, as well as different requirements which are there, different orders which are there, and different buyers which are there. So, if we have right kind of information available, it will help us to maintain and manage this supply chain very efficiently, and thereby it will improve this process and make this process very useful, resulting in better management of everything, reduction in efforts, reduction in costs, and of course, increased productivity, increased benefits, and many more. In sales forecasting, in customer segmentation, and likewise in many other areas. In the same way, in marketing, the use of data processing may be very beneficial. Say for example, campaign performance analysis. Say for example, customers' behavior insights, in understanding customer behaviors, targeting advertising to individuals, targeting advertising to groups, targeting advertising to organizational buyers. So all these aspects are very efficiently managed if we are doing data processing in the right way. Now, what are the types of data processing? As you can see, there are four main types of data processing. One is batch processing, real-time processing, online processing, and distributed processing. We'll discuss these concepts one by one. We begin with data processing in batch mode or batch data processing. As the name implies, the processing is done in batches. What happens? Large amount of data and its processing request are, queued, and the processing of these data is done at a scheduled time. So it is suitable for periodic tasks. What are the important characteristics? It does not require user interaction during processing operation. It is used, as we discussed, for repetitive tasks. For example, in payroll application, in billing. What are the advantages? It is very cost effective. It is efficient for large data set, and it minimizes processing overheads. What are the cons? What are the disadvantages? It is not suitable for real-time data needs. We'll have discussion on real-time data processing soon. And it delays in the processing operation. The example, as we discussed, end of day transaction processing, which is very common in banks, monthly billing systems, payroll systems, and many such examples are there. So I hope that will clear your doubts and give you a clear picture what data batch data processing is. Next is real-time processing. Again, whenever we come across this term real-time, means as it happens, the moment it happens. So the real-time data processing is instantaneous data processing upon receipt of data, and this is for the immediate use. So when this type of data processing is done, results are immediately available for instant use by the users. What are the characteristics of this real-time processing? It requires high performance system because data is continuously coming, right? Say for example, say in cricket match, when live matches are transmitted. So what happens? The entire match is being recorded, and video data, it comes in real time and we watch it on television. So in the same way, the data is coming in real time, but to process that continuously coming data, huge data, in real time needs the system which is responsible for processing it. It must be a powerful system and it must give top performance. And as such data may be coming from different sources, so from connected sources, so these connected sources are connected via some medium, whether wired or wireless. So whatever medium is there, the latency should be very, very low, and it is used for application which needs instant feedback, right? As we discussed, it provides instant result. What are the advantages? It is good for instant decision making. So one of the important advantage, it improves users experience and it reduces delays because latency should be as low as possible, minimum or no latency. What are the disadvantages? It requires continuous system availability. As we said, high performance systems are required. So higher cost of infrastructure is one of the important aspect and which is disadvantageous in this case. What are the example? The online payment system, the kind of payment that we made every day. You and me, we are doing it. So how it is instantly done? You are experiencing it on your own. Live traffic monitoring is another very good example. A stock trading platforms are another examples, and likewise there may be another examples. I leave it to you learners to explore more about it. Next is online processing of data. What is online processing? Interactive processing of data over a network with continuous input and output for instant responses, right? So what are the important characteristics? As you can see, interacts with user in real time, and it involves direct data entry and feedback. Another important characteristics, it is very common in interactive applications like online ticket booking, in e-commerce application that you and me make use of today, every day. Advantages. This provides immediate results and it enhances the user experience. Plus, it also supports concurrent users. What is the disadvantage? The online data processing requires robust system to handle high volumes of transactions and prevent downtime. Since everything is happening online, so the downtime should be near zero of the system which are involved in data processing. The examples are airline reservation system, railway reservation system, online banking system, and many more. Next is distributed processing. As the name implies, the processing is not being done at the central places. Rather, the task has been broken into, say, one task has been broken into task A has been broken into task 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it has been distributed over the different system which are data processing system which are capable of processing it. So, data processing in a distributed environment, data is distributed across multiple systems or multiple devices which are distributed all over and which are connected, and thereby it improves the speed as well as reliability. What are the important characteristics? It involves processing of data in parallel or parallel processing. The data is processed in part across several nodes which separately process the task, and it is suitable for big applications, especially the big data applications in cloud computing as well as in global enterprises. The advantages are scalability, fault tolerance, efficient utilization of resources which are distributed all over. What are the disadvantages? The complexity involved in coordination, as we have nodes which are distributed all over, so they need to coordinate with each other. It requires reliable network infrastructure because all these nodes are distributed and they are interconnected. So, the availability of this network is the fundamental requirement for this kind of system to work well. Now, next important point is stages in data processing. It involves data collection, data preparation, data input, data processing, data output, data visualization, and data storage. and we shall discuss these stages one by one. So begin with data collection methods. The first important aspect in data processing is collection of raw data, and this can be done in many different ways. One of the method is manual data collection. Second important one is automated data collection, and the third one is data aggregation. In manual data collection, the data is entered by humans, and this method is used when data automation is impractical. It is not possible, right? Or it is not required. Examples are various types of surveys which are manually done, entries in forms, various types of forms, interviews are example of data collection, manual data collection. Next important is automated data collection, where we make use of automated tools. This may be done using sensors, which are very common in modern days, software and devices to collect data, like we are making use of Google Forms to collect data. And likewise, there are other advanced methods as well. So examples are web scraping, IoT means Internet of Things sensors, online transactions. These are all examples of automated data collections. Like when you fill an online form, so all the data which is collected using automated systems, and that is stored at a central place and it is utilized. Likewise, our mobile phones. So when it is on and the network is on, various applications are running behind, and it is collecting a lot many data, which is automated one, and it is being passed on, right, to various servers, right. Although there are issues of privacy, I'm not coming into that discussion. Next is data aggregation, means combining data from multiple sources in order to form a comprehensive data set, which is also very common and is order of the day, and it is very much in use.